I had a brain aneurysm. I didn't have that plan. It's hard to find food. It's hard to get a job without an address, without a shower, to be clean, to have clean clothes, have a mailing address. It's just, what do you put on an application? For the work, the self-worth that you get, because your self-esteem gets real low out here. You feel like you're nothing, nobody, you don't matter. People walk around you like you're contagious on the sidewalk and pull their kids away.
America is one of the richest countries in the world, yet it has so many of its citizens live on the streets just like animals. Homelessness has been only gradually increasing every year with the efforts to be put forth into solving the issue. There are countless people on the streets with no families to take them in, nor do they have the hygiene to live a healthy lifestyle. There are 500,000 homeless people in America, and it's only increasing.
We cannot ignore that our homelessness crisis is directly linked to the affordable housing crisis. Too many people cannot afford to keep a roof over their heads, as wages have not kept pace with rising rents. Los Angeles has one of the least affordable housing markets in the United States. In LA County, a renter earning the minimum wage of $13.25 an hour would need to work 79 hours a week in order to afford a 2-bedroom apartment. As a result, approximately 721,000 households in the county are severely rent burdened, meaning that they pay more than 50% of their income on rent. We need a bold and comprehensive response at the federal, state, and local level to address the homelessness crisis.
Many people argue that helping homelessness people won't get them out of homelessness because they don't try to get out of the situation. This is not true. There are many people who want to get out of their situation but lack the resources to do so. An important thing would be to get people housed. Due to the increase of the population, housing rates have risen dramatically. The high rent burden, as well as overcrowdedness, has led to the increase of homelessness and has put many people at risk of becoming homeless. You can't just tell a person to get a job. For a homeless person, it's not as simple as that. Even if they had the desire to get a job, they wouldn't get hired due to poor health, suffering of malnutrition, no housing, lack of transportation, and unsanitary conditions, which would greatly decrease the chance of them getting hired. Homeless people have nothing to put on a resume also, so the whole process is just very hard for them.
I believe the efforts that we're putting in to help the homeless isn't effective because most homeless people are drug addicts and they need more than housing and handouts to help them. Things that would be more effective would be rehabilitation, which would help them in the long term.
We have programs such as Continuum of Care program and Title V program, which help homeless people in handling the trauma as well as helping them receive surplus. The Continuum of Care program helps people who are in a state of shock from becoming homeless. It helps them to become mentally stable. Title V enables eligible organizations to use unutilized, underutilized, excess, or surplus federal properties to assist people who are undergoing homelessness. Helping the homeless completely eventually reverts them back to their old ways, though. Sure, they'll have access to clean water, but what about the drugs they had to turn to out of desperation because they felt that was okay?
Billions of dollars that we need to build the millions of units that this country absolutely requires. We should not be having people sleep out on the street. We should not be having people spend 50% of their limited incomes on housing. We need to build housing. We need to combat gentrification, which is destroying working class communities. We need to make sure that we have a policy that works for all people, not just real estate developers.
What we need is a holistic, fully integrated service system that addresses all of the multiple and complex needs of homeless people, and use our resources in a targeted way to meet to those needs. Domestic violence, physical illness, mental illness, substance addiction, every one of these problems is connected to homelessness. There are programs that specialize in homelessness, but we need a fully integrated system, or else we're never going to solve the problem of homelessness. People need stable housing with the ongoing services such as healthcare, mental health care, substance abuse treatment, domestic violence intervention, and whatever they need to help them remain housed. They need support in all these areas to get out of homelessness. We need an integrated, consistent program to change homelessness across the country. Our simple, one-dimensional program will only have short-term changes, while we need long-lasting ones. Homelessness is a crisis that all communities are affected by. But a world without homelessness is possible. Our society is stronger when everyone has a place within it, and that is why we must push for change to create a better future for us all.